Yo, what's up? It's your girl CHRSHY the GOAT back with another reaction video for show. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was gonna react to this on a solo tip. Like I was gonna go ahead and skip to the timestamp where it's finally addressed, but I wanna give credit where credit is due. Queen's Corner, King's Corner has been reacting and dropping exclusive bombs on the Gramz Yungn and Avery situation. And again, if you know Gramz Yungn, she's very much a LGBT, for lack of better words, loosely I say legend in the YouTube community streets, in the world of YouTube gay couples. She's been around. I'm gonna leave it at that. But if you don't know, her and Avery have split ways, and King's Corner has basically been dropping all the exclusive content for what has transpired in that relationship, and it actually has led to them both speaking out to debunk, to elaborate on whatever you want to say, however you want to feel. But without further ado, I'm gonna get into Gramz publicly apologizing to Lily. Now, this is the title of King's Corner. Again, fellow YouTube reactor that I highly respect, especially for her LGBT T as in TEA series. So, without further ado, we're gonna actually just react to her reaction of Gramz basically saying that she regrets the crazy shit that has happened in her last 2 years of life. But before we get this started, go ahead and like, comment, share the video, and we're gonna get into what that intro.
Oh, brother.
All right. Again, LGBT TEA King's Corner Season 1 Episode 21. Is this Gramz public apology to Lily? Let's see. Let's get into the video. I keep getting y'all the reaction screen. Let me know again if y'all want to see me stream. We're going to use that screen. But for now, we reacting. Come on, put me up.
Crew, King Day is in the mother building.
Burn it up, what's up? Your bitch gon' not know when what's up. Run that shit, we at all the show. Say that shit for your camera roll.
What it do? It is your homie King Day here in King's Corner, and I am back with another reaction video for you. So look, I'm on my way out the door. I had cut Gramz video on to see what was tea, what she had uploaded. And it seemed like she had started getting into some shit. So
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I already watched Gramz video. And like I said, in my previous video, I've been teetering on what to approach, what I want to come in on, or what is just too quantity over quality for me. So again, staying away from people's personal lives is something I would like to do. But if it comes to a point where the social commentary overlaps because of what your career is, i.e. being a YouTuber, i.e. being a person where your celebrity or your notoriety is based upon your relationship, then it's only right when you put it out there that we add our extra commentary. But again, disclaimer, Day, I think that's her name, I hope I'm saying it right, Day, from King's Corner has already been doing deep dives into this. So instead of just giving my raw reaction, I'm gonna react to what she has to add to this, right? Because again, Gramz did a whole vlog where her journey is currently being back in Tennessee. Teach his own. Go watch Gramz full vlog if you want to see the other stuff surrounding her life. But in the context of the controversy of what her image again has been built upon, Day, King's Corner has definitely been on top of everything. So I want to add to and listen and dissect what Day has to say here.
it sounded like she was trying to give like a little public apology to
That's what I got out of it.
Whatever. Well, I ain't gonna hold you. I never do. If you fuck with me
Exactly.
like I
Let's
fuck
go.
with you, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We're gonna get straight into this video. Let's get it. Lego.
Got me over here.
This is literally exactly where I was gonna start the video. I swear, y'all, I cannot make this up. Crazy.
Like Smokey in the goddamn pigeon coop.
So if you missed anything, Gramz has added clips into this video where she is walking and thrifting, and again, something from what she said was an older vlog that she didn't put in, but she could have left out, was my personal opinion. And then around midway through, if you go watch her full vlog, then you'll get to the point in which we are freeze framed, where she's outside of someone's house and she starts to kind of reflect. So let's get into that.
My goddamn legs all bit up. Y'all can't say I don't love y'all. Speak.
And I said here, when she said that, is it that we can't say that you love us? Or is the question, why are you outside? That just lets me know, again, that she's at somebody else's house. So again, oh yeah, she has also been apartment hunting. So let's not negate that fact. This could be where she's staying. But nonetheless, like, why can't you record inside? You got to be outside getting ate up by mosquitoes.
Love.
How do we make this truly grass-fed cheese and butter so...
I could have said everything I was saying before the commercial. Goddamn. Skip this. I actually let the ads play for your fellow YouTubers. I be liking to let the ads play if it's 15 minutes or less. I'm gonna let y'all get it off. This one I'm finna skip though. But again, y'all know what to do. Let the ad play if you can.
People, instead of addressing you like an adult and talking to you about misunderstandings, they rather go to the internet. Can we really say that's love?
Is you talking about Avery?
If I sit here and share with you my most vulnerable things, inviting you into my space of softness and gentleness, and the first thing you do when you upset with me is go to the internet and talk bad about me. Can we really say that's love?
It's the zoom in for me.
Bro, come on now, dog.
Look.
Stop the cap.
I'm just saying.
Man.
Do she not do that?
Exactly. I'm going to let Day get her comments off, and then I'm going to try to add to it without doing too much extra commentary. But again, I already got a lot of thoughts about this one moment alone from Gramz' vlog.
Do she not do that?
It's the zoom in.
Am I tripping?
But she
Am
does.
I out of my motherfucking mind? We know when her relationships are rocky because she goes to the internet with all the subliminal messages and all the memes and all this.
That's true.
All this shit she shares on her story. We know.
And see, there, I will say, is a point that when I first watched this was my consensus. Like, Gramz likes to do a thing where she thinks she's trolling for attention. Like, she mentioned and if you can go back and watch King's Corner, she has the screenshot, she has the live streams and the Insta stories of what has transpired in this series of Gramz and Avery breaking up. But what I have noticed throughout all of that is that Gramz loves to do the poking thing, right? And she even said herself, I did certain things on social media in my Insta story to get your attention, i.e. to get Avery's attention, whether that was to reconcile, poke at the bear, or whatever. It's like, I don't want to beef with you, but I'm doing, again, I don't know, we've all been there. You want to end an argument, but you toxically care so bad that you just want any reaction, so you do any and everything to get a reaction. Then once you get an unwanted rather, because it is warranted, once you get an unwanted reaction, then your feelings hurt. trust me, I've been there. But a lot of the things that have happened that, again, even now, Gramz is commenting on being like, I thought we was going to keep this off the internet. Dude, you might not have brought this to the table. You know how you bring stuff to a potluck or a cookout? You might not have brought all the main dishes to the table, but you brought at least the silverware, the plates, the napkins, the cups, the spoon. Like, you created the structure for the vibe. So now that we vibing, you got to take it for what it is because you participated in the party planning.
The same shit that you share on your story and you put in your reels and your videos, the slick shit you say, that's all the same thing.
Exactly.
That's all the same
party prepping
thing. Just because you don't get on the internet and say, oh, my current girlfriend or my ex-girlfriend did X, Y, and Z, I'm about to expose X, Y, and Z, doesn't mean that you don't get on this here internet talking shit. We can read between the lines.
That's true.
If you share a picture, hypothetically speaking, if you share a picture that say, the picture said, why girls leave their drawers on the floor. And then your caption or your reaction to that picture say, on God, I can't stand a dirty female. And that happens right after you post something that say, I'm mentally getting myself together and I'm going to put me first. We already know you basically your current or your ex-girlfriend left them dirty drawers on the floor.
Thank you. And I'm not necessarily saying, because of course there's innocent until proven guilty, right? Unless someone blatantly says something, you can't just say, well, you said X, Y, and Z. But in context, that's why they say it's 3 sides to every story. Your perspective, the other person's perspective, and somewhere in the middle. When you focusing on yourself in relationship, but in a way that seems like you got to put relationship to the side to do so. And then you make comments like this example. What are people led to believe? And if I will say this for public figures, because it's not even just celebrities. We live in a world now where social media is very much, again, as a social commentator, a public figure thing. I can't expect other people not to react to what I put on social media, and we live in a world where now I'm reacting to what people put on social media. So at that point, if you do not want people to assume, you need to debunk, elaborate, and or withhold certain things and certain topics as much as humanly possible. Not saying be a shell of yourself, not saying you have to be politically correct all the time, but just know that when you put your truth out in a world where people are watching and commenting on it, you cannot be mad or upset when people comment on it and or when the person that you involved in it does the exact same thing but in their own way. And I digress there.
So now you exposing her shit without saying, hey, my girl leave dirty drawers on the floor.
Exactly. You don't have to blatantly say it.
So does this mean that you never loved the people you've been with? Let me know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it.
A person really say they love you.
Nah, I agree.
When they go and do the very thing to attempt to hurt you. I done shared like very personal things, and one of the things that was personal that I shared is how I don't like a person to go to the internet to try to bash me. And the first thing a person do when they mad at me, and this is what and I'm not just talking about.
Okay, so your feelings is hurt because you actually expressed that you don't like this, because it's come out your mouth that I don't like for people to run to the internet and throw shade at me, talk bad about me, bash me, all of that. So your feelings are hurt because you expressed it. But I'm pretty sure these same people that you've been dealing with, whether it's whoever, express that they don't like that shit either.
I think to that point, they and you guys, it's like Gramz is so used to being, and I said this about DDG, like the person, what's the word I'm looking, the originator rather, right? One of the first LGBT plus couples. Sorry. I was like, do I want to add the extra acronyms or do I want to just add the plus? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But couples on YouTube specifically, it's like, if I say I don't like XYZ, especially when it pertains to social media, you should respect that. But you, i.e. Avery, her point would be, Gramz' points would be, not you're nobody, but in these YouTube streets, people don't know you like that. So I could come on here on Instagram, I could come on YouTube, and I could say, F that B, right? F that H, right? And nobody will know who I'm really talking about. But the moment I put you on, the moment I announce our relationship, and I already told you that on the sour side of relationship, I don't like when people bring my stuff to the internet. And you go and you backtrack and you move around the fact that I said that, that's something I don't respect. Now, on one hand, I can see where Gramz is coming from. Again, you are the more popular person from a YouTube standpoint. But respect is respect. You don't know who's on Avery's page. It don't have to be us, the queer community, or any other spectator watching on YouTube and social media. But people have family, people have friends. And again, your subliminals are not helping your case.
I don't see how it is okay for you to do it.
Right.
But it's not okay for others to do it. That's
right.
Where I'm ignorant at.
It's not okay either way.
That's where I'm not understanding. How
running a small,
it's definitely not okay either way. And that's the point that I was just making. Like, I feel where Gramz is coming from, being the person who has been a part of this the longest. And I'm pretty sure for every, let's say, let's just give it a great number. For every 1,000 comments that Avery may get that are negative or judgmental, Gramz will get triple that, right? So a good 3,000. But again, if you do not want certain things to pertain to you, then don't put it in the air. Don't put it in the air if you don't want it given back to you. That's all.
But it's not okay for others to do it.
Right.
Because I have seen with my own 2 eyes, you come on this here internet and talk shit about
not
people who you say that you love.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if you did tit for tat. It doesn't matter if they did it to you first and you got your lick back. Or if you came out first before they did and then they had to get their lick back. It doesn't matter. Because as you state, if you love somebody, you wouldn't get on this internet and bash them.
Don't get on Beyonce internet bashing people.
Therefore, you should be living true to that, regardless to what they say about you, regardless to what they do to you. You should stay true to that. We are human. We have breaking points.
I was about to say, we not perfect, but
if you genuinely believe that if you love somebody, you should not get on the internet and bash them,
right? Then
you're showing that you don't love them either. Neither one of you guys loved each other.
From Gramz' definition of what love should equate to Dave's point, nobody is perfect. But if you're going to hold people to a perfect standard, then when the mirror is turned around on you, you need to be weighing up to Jesus Christ too.
In your eyes. Because otherwise, you wouldn't do or say the shit you did or said on the internet to these people who you say that you fucking love, regardless to what they did to you.
That's true.
If that's your true feeling.
There's a lot of folks I ain't gonna.
And I'm not saying you don't have the right to get your lick back. I'm not saying you don't have the right to
even worth it.
Get back on the internet and talk shit because they talk shit about you. But if
you talk shit about on the internet, that's one thing. But it just come and openly just be like, look, I'm finna use this as my diary today to tell all my personal business. And this is one thing where somebody asked you, please do not share this, or you know this is gonna be a trigger point for people. That's just petty.
Stated. If you love somebody, you don't get on the internet and bash them. So you're proving that you didn't love them either.
Hold on, it's plain going by.
That shit loud as shit. I heard that shit on my TV. It was irritated as hell.
And I'm saying, why is she outside? Unless she absolutely
I
gotta
ain't even
be
just talking about
outside.
relationships. I'm talking about friendships too. There's been multiple people that ran to the internet before they actually, if they ever, attempted to sit down and talk to me so we could talk about our differences. We living in a world where people like to use you as entertainment. Like, I feel like
That's true.
people that done sat and told me they love me, they done buttered me up and threw me to the wolves. You can't sit here and tell me you love me and you done did the very thing that showed me that you don't fuck with me. And I feel like I pride myself on being a better person every day. Like, every day I'm waking up wanting to be better and doing things to be a better person.
That's good.
And one of the things
That's
that
good.
I'm doing to be a better person is not indulging in drama.
Good for you.
Y'all
As
done
you
already got
address
this side of me
the drama,
2
though,
years
'cause
ago
I feel like this is
with my ex-fiance.
you are subliminally addressing drama. And don't get me wrong, I have extra commentary after this. I'm gonna let Day get all her points out, but I have, like I said, I pre-watched this, so I kind of know how I feel already. But I wanted the additive from my community, right? Especially someone who's already took their time to deep dive into this. But Gramz likes to not take accountability. Let's leave it at that. For now.
I'm trying to do different things. I've been explaining to y'all my last 2-3 videos ago how I feel.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never heard Gramz call her ex-fiance, which she is. She is her ex-fiance.
I was about to say, that's who her
correct. Well,
actual
her
ex.
ex-fiance, because wasn't she engaged to Avery?
Oh, see, that's where it gets confusing, because they're both her ex-fiancés, and technically, even though I personally feel like she just proposed to Avery as a, you know how we all lesbians, right? You all lesbians, we get into this space, you're like, life is moving, I love you. And then at that time, we were 2 years ago, guys, we were still, believe it or not, in the midst of COVID. And I don't know if you've seen the COVID babies, but the COVID relationships, whether they turn into marriage or not, people were really like realizing that this is something I should hold on to. Life is short. So I definitely feel like, again, the proposal was a little jump starter to what she already thought the relationship would be, instead of seeing it through to then decide to propose or not. But nonetheless, Avery is technically Gramz's ex-fiance, even though Gramz has been engaged before. Just saying.
When she had the ring and the little $7 come out the box, wasn't that an engagement?
Now, I don't know that about the
something?
$7, but I did see when she proposed, and it seemed like it was at the club, like very much. If y'all don't know the story, Gramz moved to Atlanta. Her and Avery had been already canoodling. They moved in or didn't move in together immediately, but Gramz was here in Atlanta. She was in the Atlanta scene. She was socializing. They were living their best lives. And again, it wasn't too many posts before Gramz popped the question to Avery, which looked like, again, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the club.
I don't know. I ain't gonna speak too much on that. But her ex-fiance, we know who she talking about. I never really even heard her and Avery.
Let's go back though, cause what she said about the ex-fiance.
Is not indulging in drama.
Good for you.
Y'all done already got that side of me 2 years ago with my ex-fiance.
Okay.
I'm trying to do different things. I've been explaining to y'all my last 2-3 videos ago.
She mean her ex-fiance, but if you know the timeline, then 2 years ago it would be her, which is now technically second, or her first breakup, because this would be her second breakup. But y'all following, y'all already know the tea. Y'all know what's going on.
How I feel.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I have never heard Gramz call her ex-fiance, which she is. She is her ex-fiance. So that's correct. Well, her ex-fiance.
But I say you barely heard her call Avery fiance, period.
When she had the ring and the little $7 come out the box, wasn't that an engagement party or something? Right. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak too much on that. But her ex-fiance, we know who she talking about. I never really even heard her and Avery really get into the fiance stuff. Maybe it was for clout. Maybe it was a joke. Anyway,
that's what I just coming on. Like, she did propose to Avery, but it was so premature-esque. Because again, people get married 3 weeks in, 3 months in, and last a lifetime. It's up to those two individuals. But in the context of everything that happened with Gramz and how she went to introducing the world to Avery and just the choices, because again, we only get glimpses, but this is a glimpse of your actual life. The way she introduced Avery to us, it gave a little premature on the proposal.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me know when. Hey, King, you off on this one. I've heard her say plenty of times. I've never, ever heard this girl call Lewanta her ex-fiance.
I don't think I blatantly heard her call her ex-fiance, but we already all knew that, right? Her and Lily, I've been trying to shy away from bringing that up, but her and Lily were together for 10 plus years and engaged. So that was the true definition of her actual ex-fiance. Again, I feel like she was engaged twice in two totally different scenarios.
I'm saying that it's not her ex-fiance because we know it's her ex-fiance.
Right.
But why are we using ex-fiance now? Why is this not ex like it be?
I know.
Because it wasn't ex-fiance when you and your ex-girlfriend was bashing her. It wasn't ex-fiance then.
Wait for it.
All of a sudden it's ex-fiance. It's like she kind of wants to remind a nigga like, you know, we was almost there or something.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let me know.
No,
Like,
you speaking facts.
getting under somebody to get over somebody is...
It's the epitome of when folks be like, yeah, this just my B. This just my home girl. This just somebody I'm messing with. Then the moment y'all break up or the moment that other person move on, it's like, we was in a whole relationship. How dare she do that to me? It's the epitome of trying to downplay it when you in your moving forward, your elevation or what you see as elevation space, right? But the moment you sit back, all that has been stripped away from you through your doing or through just natural doing, life causing, then you look back on what you had and what life could have been, and you're like, dang. That was really my ex-fiance. What they say, you don't miss what you had until it's gone.
Isn't 100% right. I'm not going to flex. Me and my ex-fiance had reasons to leave the relationship.
Okay.
We did. We had our reasons. But I'm not saying...
Everybody have reason to leave their relationship. I'm going to stop pausing. But I want to say that. And I'm pretty sure they can attest to this. But being married, I'm not married right now, but being in the middle space of not just being out there, old bachelor me, but also not being married yet. Me crossing my T's and dotting my I's is to acknowledge that you're going to go through stuff. You have to acknowledge or decide who you're going to go through stuff with. And if what you're going through is actually worth it. Because don't just go through shit just to be going through it, right? But if people are your person and your partnership is worth it, you go through it and you figure it out together.
That I didn't have a reason to leave. I'm saying that...
Ow, I just bumped my ankle.
Shouldn't have moved the way I moved.
Okay.
Because that thought process I had. That thought process
Good
I had
acknowledgement.
was, hey, you don't value me, you don't cherish me, I'm going to find somebody who will. That was my old way of thinking. That was my own way of thinking.
She looks so crazy in the eyes right now.
Really? For real, for real? That's the shit people preaching these days.
To that point, and again, I feel like I'm going to give my commentary now as we go, but to the point they just made, Gram's whole aura throughout this moment was her truth, right? And when I say her truth, it's not like any other time she gives her truth. The put together version of what she's concocted in her ego mind, right? This is genuinely stripped, not scripted, stripped of herself, a very vulnerable moment. And she's finally realizing, I messed up. And not with Avery, with her ex.
You don't love me, the next person can.
And to her point, like she said, don't let y'all, my fellow queer people watching this, do not let, and again, I'm in a very middle space. So I'm preaching to the choir, not necessarily saying it's a struggle, but at the same time, I'm human. So it's like you have your days. And it's like at the end of the day, no matter what you go through with your partner, is it worth moving on? Is it worth sacrificing everything that you guys have built together? And the answer is no. Do not let people in the streets, in a single life, convince you it's a million of fish in the sea. It's da 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 da. Somebody else to do what you won't do. Da 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 da. And then when you start to say, not even just you thinking it and going for it, but even saying that within your relationship creates discourse. And slowly but surely, you and your partner can never talk to anyone else. But if both of you are saying those type of things to each other, it's only a matter of time for the whole relationship deteriorates. And again, whether you both got somebody else to lay up under and move on, or whether y'all both are just solo and single, you have officially ruined what potentially could have been a great scenario had you not fed into the concept or the thought of the people. Do not conform to societal standards. Do what's best for you and your partnership. That's it.
And I didn't take that space for myself that I should have taken.
Right.
And I think that's what made what I did wrong.
There's nothing more
And that she means
powerful than you.
And that she means she left the relationship without leaving the relationship. Like I said, getting under people before you're completely, not even just healed, but moved on. Like still fully in a relationship with somebody. And then the moment you're not in a relationship is when you say, hey, look, I got somebody else. So guys, don't do that. Again, as someone who has done that, I've never not been in a relationship up until now. I'm currently in a relationship, but this is 3 years in the making plus, right? But before that, it was relationship. After it was at 6 months intervals, and that other 6 months in which I wasn't in a relationship was me finding my new prospects and playing other people or being single while mingling until one person stood out from the rest, and now we consider it a relationship. And then that lasts for 2 or 3 months, and then my foot is in the door, out the door, and those last 2 to 3 months. Keep up with me, 6 months intervals, and then by the last 6 months of that, I'm back on the market again doing the same thing. Don't be that person. My bad, y'all. I forgot I had muted her. I'm over here preaching though, because she is telling us very vital points in her self-reflection right now. I feel like this is her truth. This is an actual true Gramz the Youngin self-reflecting moment right here, right now.
That I had to personally deal with. So guess what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to move the same way. Not going to do that.
That's
I'm going
great.
to do something different.
Exactly.
So
like I said, you have to
the
move
next relationship I
differently.
get in, I'm not going to get under somebody to
Exactly.
get over somebody.
Just
But I
jumping
will
into
choose- I choose
relationships.
me.
Exactly.
When
Choose
things aren't
yourself.
going right, I have the choice to choose myself. Just because somebody else ain't done with me doesn't mean they get to decide when I move on. If you're not doing things to make me happy, or we ain't doing things for each other to make each other happy, why are we forcing it at this?
That's true. If you're not happy, move on, but do not move on within your relationship. Take that moment that Gramz is now coming to terms with and realizing, and I too, again, have had to grow and come to terms with. You have to take a moment to just sit with yourself first to even know what you want next, or evaluate what did and didn't work in that past relationship to move forward.
Point. That don't make you a bad person. That don't make me a bad person. That makes us mature enough to handle this the adult way.
Right.
And I felt like the mature thing to do was to speak life over what I had and speak about, the truth, which is we both had blockages. We both had things that we needed to work on. I needed space.
I agree to
needed
that.
time to get myself together. And you got things that you need to do to make yourself be
Are we
better.
talking about Lily or Avery?
I felt like this was about Avery.
God, Lee, I don't
But
even know
right.
what we are talking about.
I did
right
get
now.
a little lost the first time, but the ex-fiance was Lee.
I know when
Lee
she say
and
ex-fiance,
then-
she talking about Lily. But
Right.
right now,
Right now, she talking about Avery.
who are you talking about, man?
She having a lot of things going on in her mind
Didn't
right
know
now.
that going to the internet dogging me out was one of them. So again, can a person truly say they fuck with you? They truly say they love you if they could be?
Because one thing about it, if she's talking about Liwansa, if she's talking about Lily, Lily didn't get on the internet and bash you until you got on the internet, before y'all told all of y'all fans and subscribers that it was over. Your ass was on the internet with your motherfucking face being smushed into somebody's titties.
Oh, whoa, wow. I never even saw that.
Let's not forget that.
I didn't see that.
So now, Lily out here looking dumb. Hold up. Who is this girl?
I didn't see that one, y'all.
Who is this girl you with and flirting with and kissing on and rubbing on?
Drop in the comments, was that Avery? With the smashing of, was that Avery?
And all up in this camera and happy to be seen. Who is this girl? Because last time we checked, you was with Lily. We did not get a, sorry guys, this is the end of us. This is not a prank. And then a couple days later, we see this and it's proven that it's not a prank. We didn't get any signs, any indication that this relationship was over. So before Lily got on this here internet and started talking shit about you and clearing up her shit, you got on the internet and embarrassed the fuck out of her. Because if y'all really watch Lily and Gramz back in the day,
King, they be having
this was a breakup to make up ass relationship. This is what got me to subscribe.
And I this is what I'm saying. My girlfriend put me on to Lily and Gramz, right? And literally, before I even started YouTube officially, like I've always wanted to do YouTube, but the approach, how do I approach it? So we considered doing a YouTube channel, kind of dib it down, whatever, right? So the YouTubers that she put me on to was people like DDG, creators, people with couple channels, LGBT, Steph and Tasha, Mukbang, Lily and Gramz, just not typical, but standard couple channel stuff. And at that point, they had not broken up yet. So everything I saw was just like, damn, this is the end, like this last breakup. But I had got inklings before that this wasn't anything new with them. This was just the first time Lily did not take Gramz back.
The video that I hit subscribe on with Lily and Gramz was when Lily came on this bitch and said me and her had broke up because she had me fucked up and I burnt all that bitch shit. I burnt that bitch clothes up.
I didn't see that
and
one
Gramz in the background, cheesing and smiling and grinning. So I'm like, yeah, you finna buy me some new clothes. At that point, I hit subscribe.
Toxic.
I hit subscribe because it was real. It was real to me. You guys are willing to put y'all real life out here. Y'all break up to make up, and that's what relationships do sometimes.
That's true too. But don't break up to make up, but don't be toxic. And again, if you breaking up, making up, and it becomes a primary standard of your relationship, do some evaluating.
She's talking about Lily. You definitely deserved all the bashing that came when Lily got on the internet. Now with Avery, I don't know. You threw some subs, she threw some subs, and y'all do it so often, I don't even know who did it first.
Damn.
But y'all play tit for fucking tat.
Not the bloggers can't even keep up.
But let's not get on here and act like you ain't never did shit and people just come on here saying shit and exposing you for no reason. Let's not act like that.
That could have possibly hurt you. And me personally, if I admit to you one of my weaknesses, once I admit something to myself, it's time for me to start doing the work to not feel a certain way towards something again. So about time you go and try to use my weakness against me, and it already became a strength. So my strength is when I see people talking bad about me on the internet, not to feel bad.
Just a little bit.
Mama, that's my easiest way.
From this day forward, right?
Cause me any type of hurt or any
I'm
type
about
of
to
pain.
say, you human. You can feel bad. You human. That's what I be saying too about Gramz. She be wanting to present life from this supernatural, I went through my trials and tribulations, now I have it all figured out. But then all her actions convey something totally different. So it's not to say that, it's not to be a troll for Gramz. It's not to say that Gramz doesn't make great points, but a lot of time Gramz will literally contradict her same points. It's pissing me off.
Feel down. I don't want to be hurt. So I'm not going to do things or allow other people to do things to hurt me. I'm going to protect myself and
That's true. Protect yourself. Don't be guarded, but have boundaries.
be mature about the situation.
And be mature about the
I
situation.
also know people can handle things the way they want to handle it. All I do know is one thing a person can't say is I moved the same way I moved in the past, because I'm a new person.
That's
I
good.
learned my lesson.
Okay.
My ex did not deserve, my fiance did not deserve for me to move the way I did.
Okay.
And
If King, they ain't gonna stop and make a moment about it, I will, because this is that public apology. This is why I said this is the most truthful thing Gramz Yungn has probably ever did from the videos that I've seen of her on the internet and acknowledging her truth. This is the it. This is the most reflectively truthful thing she's ever said. Lily did not deserve what they went through. Not to say that Lily was perfect. Not to say that every relationship is perfect. Not to say everybody doesn't have their own things they need to be accountable for. But to move the way she moved, Gramz moved, because again, we've all been wrong in our relationships. Not all of us, but a lot of us have had that foot in. And again, to her point, the mentality in the queer community or in the dating scene community pool is that there is another person to replace, 500 plus people, plenty of fish in the sea to replace what you would not do for me. But there's not a such thing as a perfect person. Perfect person for you. Once you figure out who that perfect person is for you, you got to take their imperfections. And I think this is Gramz finally realizing that she was not willing to accept Lily's imperfections or the imperfections that came with the relationship of Gramz and Lily. And she's regretting it because it could have been something we may never know. But it could have been something after 10 years in the engagement that they could have saw through. And again, you already on Beyonce internet as a popular gay couple. So at that point, it's not your responsibility, but it is your responsibility. Like, you're not just the regular smuggler, degular makeup to break up. Your makeup and breakup is on the internet. And you don't get as many chances when the commentators in your comments going crazy on you because it's intruding on your relationship. I can go on and on all day about this, but the point is Gramz is finally realizing that she messed up and she made a mistake.
so I made sure that I don't hurt nobody else like that. I can't go back and fix it,
That's good.
but I can acknowledge what I did. I can let you know
That's good that
YouTube
she
TV
can
has no
acknowledge
hidden
what she
fees.
did and that it
Yeah.
was
I'm
messed
sure
up.
y'all don't. I'm sure y'all don't.
She like, I
What
don't.
the fuck?
I about don't give a damn.
What the fuck? Why does her videos keep going off like that?
I about to say, I don't even remember it ending like that when I watched it.
I know in the beginning of this video, she said she had some issues and but why she needs to get that shit together. She need to get it together. How y'all feel about it? I would say, was that them last few seconds, was that like a public apology to Lily?
For sure. Well,
Admitting, whoopty.
I ain't gonna say it was an apology, but it was definitely acknowledging that Gramz messed up.
Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all think that this really a new Gramz? If it is, I'm happy for her. If you can become, the bigger person in these type of situations and don't let this shit affect you negatively and don't match energies, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing to be that way. So if she is, because we've heard this 3 or 4 or 5 times. It's a new Gramz. Right. I've heard this so many times from her.
Right.
So if she's legit this time, like, I am not feeding into the negative shit no more. I am genuinely happy for her.
Very true.
I am. Y'all asked for this reaction. Here it is. There it is. There. On my way out the door, I stopped and said, let me do the reaction and kick it to them straight.
That's what's
How
up.
y'all feel about it? Let me know in the comments. If you like content like this and you want to see more is to come. Don't forget to like, comment.
All right, guys. I feel like they did a great job. I'm glad that y'all wanted her to come back and give her opinion on this again. I didn't want to just, I was going to, but I didn't want to just jump into the series, not just King's Corner, but the whole Gramz and Avery saga in the middle of it all. But I feel like this was a better approach to what Day has already been building upon. I'm glad you guys have showed her a lot of love and shown that you would love to hear a commentary on things. This is interesting. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I feel like I've talked a lot. This is getting longer than I would like for it to be. But how do you feel about Graham's public apology? Do you feel like it was an apology? Do you feel like she want Lily back? Do you feel like she want Avery back? Do you feel like she moving on and she genuinely is going to focus on herself at this point? Just let me know what y'all think. Before y'all get out of here, make sure you like the video. Share it with a friend. And if you enjoyed this one, you're probably going to like this one too. Appreciate y'all as always. See y'all later. Peace.